Golden Globe lights. I gotta tell you, I'm very disappointed in you.
Yeah.
We give you Kurt fucking Russell on a platter.
New Year's,
Kurt Russell. Nothing. You show up for Robert.
Well, not nothing, but it was like
it was nothing.
It was disrespectful to the.
It was disrespectful. They spit in our mouths.
They spit in our mouths, and then they spat on Kurt Russell's moccasins.
Exactly. Those are beautiful mics. I know you don't like them. They were beautiful. Fucking, they show up for Robert Carradine?
Yeah.
Lewis the Rapist. Is that where we're at as a country?
Yes.
We're into
I'm ashamed of you. Nerd rapers.
Nerd rapers. Okay. And then the Dolphins. They're not even in the playoffs. The Dolphins show up.
Yeah, that really shocked me.
Millhouse is leaving the room. She's disgusted.
She doesn't even
She's
like
I don't want to listen to Dolph again.
Yeah, you're going to torture us by making us do more Dolph ones because that's what you guys want to hear. And we're unlike other podcasts. I don't know why we listen to our fans. I don't know why we do that.
Oh, why does everyone love Misery? Why is that?
I guess because of COVID, everyone's like, "Well, I gotta,
that might
go through this shit."
We're having too much fun when we do a Kurt Russell episode. That they're like, no, we need to hear the anguish.
Put the brakes
need to hear,
on that.
Put the brakes. Put the
Give me.
kibosh.
They're gonna want a Ginty movie next.
Oh my god, it has been a while.
Speaking. By the way, because I put a poll up, we will be doing a Breen movie sometime in the future.
Well, he's a misunderstood genius. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. But expect that probably in March. I know March is going to be. Oh my God! Never mind February, which you all know is the greatest month of the year because it's Blaxploitation History Month.
Oh yeah.
But March, we're blowing the fucking roof off the motherfucking show. It's our birthday month, and it's our 200th episode falls in there. And we might. I'm not going to say anything, but we might have a very special guest for that 200th episode. I'm working on it.
That'd be cool.
But. Yeah, and we're going to be doing some special tippy taps that mean a lot to us in March.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a Breen movie. And it's going to be Twisted Pear.
Twisted Pear.
Which sounds like...
An alcoholic drink? You know, like the hard lemonade, Twisted Pear?
I thought it was like watching the equivalent of twisting my pear.
Oh.
My balls.
Your balls?
Yeah, twisting them.
You refer to your balls as pears?
Well, no, there's two of them. It's a pear.
Oh, it's a pear. Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting mixed up because English.
No.
Such a funny
the movie isn't about pears. It's about two men who look the same.
Oh, okay.
Except one has a Halloween USA
I never know
beard.
with Breen. He's got a way with food that really makes you think.
That's true.
Like just the way he eats spinach
I can't
alone.
wait to see what he eats in this movie.
Like a turtle.
The way he eats spinach.
Oh, you know what we can't do is think about the great times ahead. Because we have to think about Bloodsport 2.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We do this occasionally where we go, this movie sounds good. We haven't seen it. We haven't vetted the movie, but we're like, it's Bloodsport. It's got to be, all right?
Okay, what was the hook for this? We saw that Ogre was in it, and we want to keep him streak of Revenge of the Nerd characters or something.
Yeah.
So we decided to do that because
we're going to do Snake Eater 2 with Lamar next week.
Dude, Snake Eaters are so good.
Yeah,
I love Snake Eater movies.
We do, our fans don't. Because I was actually looking through, and we're getting bigger. Snake Eater was like
5.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest. I love.
Well, people are turning around on Lorenzo. I think we finally turned people around it because we
Renegade.
do well with our Renegades.
Renegades do well. People love a nice 40-minute, just like
that's the Branscombe effect. I think
that might be the Branscombe effect.
Yeah.
That's true. I hope everyone comes around to Lorenzo because he gets missed. He is one of the most fucking airheaded, arrogant pieces of shit. I love his movies. They're so good. He would have Dark Angel. I Come in Peace would have been better if it was him.
There's a Lorenzo movie called Gladiator, which is his version of Highlander that we have to do.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Because the Highlander is about the hair.
Yeah,
and
Lorenzo has rock star hair.
Has
for
rock
days.
star hair.
Yeah,
yeah. So that could be good as long as it's in the 90s.
I think it is.
Okay. Yeah. If you said it was a 2010 straight to DVD, I'd be like,
no,
it's
not
God.
that. No,
I
think it's straight to DVD, but it was like 90s, straight to VHS.
Do you see what just happened? We've already gone off topic. We can't even keep straight with this fucking movie. So,
Bloodsport 2, The Next Kumite.
Oh.
Okay, it's got...
It came out 9 years...
96, I believe.
Yeah, it came out like 9 years later.
Yeah, 8 or 9 years.
8 or 9 years later.
Yeah.
because they were so focused on like, how do we recapture lightning in a bottle? You know, we really have to think through this plot. We need characters.
Well, do you think it
we need
happened?
tension.
Do you think it happened because wasn't it around when Canon went under? Maybe somebody got the rights to the Bloodsport name real cheap.
That might have been it.
Because our theory is this is definitely just some martial arts movie that was just sitting in a desk drawer somewhere, and they were like, "Hey, we could put Bloodsport on it.
Yeah,
That'll sell."
you know what would have been great is if the Vinegar Syndrome people got it and edited it together.
Yes.
Because they did a fantastic job editing together New York Ninja.
Yeah.
However, this movie's editors, they didn't pay attention to many details at all. They didn't care about a plot.
Well, they
either.
got a guy who vaguely looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes.
He's a Swiss actor, so he's another fake French guy.
Oh, nice.
But he's like he looks like he's a lot taller and lankier than Van Damme.
He did.
Van Damme's more like thick, solid looking.
Yeah. Van Damme is shorter and thicker, and this guy was tall and lanky.
Yeah. But he had the hair. He had that slick back hair.
He had the slick back hair. He wasn't wearing Euro trashy enough outfits.
No, not
He
even
didn't
close.
make his own outfits. Like, Van Damme shows up.
He
He's
didn't have
like,
the scoop neck and the fucking pants up to the nips.
yeah. Like, his prison garb was getting a little bit closer.
Why were the prison outfits looked like they were in the hospital? Like
Yeah.
they had prison scrubs, medical scrubs.
Yeah, those were interesting prison outfits. I did like
made
them.
out of paper.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things where it makes you less vicious. You know, when you see like
Yeah.
the pink, it's it just somehow.
Yeah, that's like that Joe Arpaio, I think, did that. That asshole that hung out with Seagal in like Arizona. I think he made the guards, not the guards, the prisoners wear pink uniforms.
Oh, Joe Arpaio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that crazy fuck. Yeah. Man, we have a lot of crazy fucks like running things.
Well, we live in
this country.
America,
Yeah.
of course we do. But yeah, this movie they were like, all right, we have this total nobody, Daniel Bernhardt. We need a superstar name. Who do we think about martial arts? You think about Pat Morita because he's Mr. Miyagi,
Right?
So Mr. Miyagi, obviously, they paid him for one day of work.
Yeah, and
because
he's going to be the trainer.
No. They're going to swerve us, Griff. I thought he was going to be the villain, but he's really not the villain.
I don't know what to say about his character.
Yeah.
It's like a B plot in a movie that barely has an A plot.
No, his trainer is David Lopan, James Wong.
He did do a good job. I really liked him.
I was shocked. I never knew he wore a toupee because he was totally bald in this movie. But I always think of him with hair.
That's a good point. I didn't even really think about that. He's just such a good actor. I just like seeing his face.
Yeah.
I just really like his face.
So he is now the master because we're used to him playing villains.
Yeah. It's a very interesting swerve, like you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
That could have been a good way to set up Bloodsport 2. But wow.
Yeah.
That
And as
was-
we pointed out, the one connecting
Tissue?
Ogre, a.k.a. I don't know the actor's real name. I don't care. Ray Jackson.
Yeah.
That's it. He's the connective tissue to this.
Well, aside from the Kumite.
Well, yeah.
But this iteration of the Kumite, very different.
Very bare bones.
Very bare bones.
Back to basics.
It's in It's in a different country now.
Yeah. We don't know.
They're in a new setting.
Wasn't the first one in Hong Kong? I think.
Yes, I believe it was.
Yeah.
This one is wherever it is now. Vietnam, let's say.
No OK USA guy. He was
No OK USA. Like original Blood. Why are we doing this in the top half? We should probably just fucking. This is going to be a quick episode because there's barely anything going on in this movie.
But you just listened to the Tippy Tap a couple days ago, so you're getting two this week.
Yeah,
so.
you're getting a little. This is like the dessert. And
The Tippy Tap was amazing.
Exactly. That's going to be the entree of this week. Is
Yeah.
you get that beautiful Tippy Tap. So good.
This is like the peppermint mint that's left out. You don't really want to touch because their COVID fingers been touching it.
What if there's a complication and we just fuck this and there is no Tippy Tap this week?
No, nobody cares. I never hear anything from anybody but Abra. That's it.
That's right.
She'll be disappointed. Sorry, Abra. If something happens. All right, let's get to this fucking trailer. I have nothing like this movie. I have nothing
And
for
look,
this
it's
trailer.
fucking playoff weekend. Daddy's got some money to
My
spend.
team is on tonight. I can't wait to see them
They're in the leg of my parlay. I need them to hit.
beat the fucking evil Pats.
Yeah. I might put some money on Buffalo tonight.
That's a smart bet. Somebody told me that. All right, I got nothing for this. We'll see you on the other side of the trailer for Bloodsport 2, the next Kumite.
The Kumite Fought by the world's most awesome fighters. The prize, a ceremonial sword. A sword that one man will steal.
Stealing from James Leon is suicide.
Don't tell me my business.
Now, sentenced to life in hell.
Why are you in this prison?
The sword had a value beyond riches. It was to have been awarded to the greatest fighter on earth.
His soul is rescued.
If you wish to learn the Iron Hand,
The ultimate lesson
I will show you.
is about to begin.
Force is not the answer. It will break inside of you. Spirit is inside. It will never break. It is not about winning. It is about finding oneself.
Because what he has stolen is a chance.
What do you think all this is going to cost me to have the sword returned?
$1 million American.
It's your price for your freedom.
The prison that holds him is a path.
It is a spiritual event.
The kumite.
And the challenge that faces him is a war. You and me, and soon, just we.
His arms are like cement.
The world's greatest martial arts masters are facing the ultimate challenge. Bloodsport 2, the next Kumite.
We are opening up, and there he is, the beautiful Lopan. I can't remember the actor's name.
James
is.
Wong.
James Wong, and he's playing a character.
Well, we
just
open up with a small child pummeling a big fat kid.
Oh, was it? What was
Yeah,
that?
it was little kids and geese. It's like they're in a dojo,
Yeah.
and this little kid's like beating the shit out of this kid twice his size.
Okay.
And I'm like, is this the origin story of our hero?
Is he just
Alex? Was that his name? I don't even remember the fucking hero's name.
That's a good point. I don't either.
Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was scary. I was scared for a second there. I was like, is that this forgettable?
No, this movie, the best part of this movie was 82 minutes.
Yes.
So we got through it pretty easily.
That's its strength.
Lately, I've been like watching half a movie, taking a break, and then watching another half.
So you got this one done in one sitting.
I think, yeah. I might have taken a break. But, so these are books. The movie was so bare bones, but they had to bookend it to buff it up for another like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So we get a scene of our hero, I guess he's a hero, Master Sun, played by James Wong, and he's teaching some children about the spiritual side of martial arts. It's not about beating people up.
Yeah. And of course, he's got to be like, let me tell you a tale, because they really got to set that up, and then the fog machine builds up, and the fog takes over the room as we, go into his nice little tale.
Right.
And, we're at a nice little party.
Yeah, it's like a mansion, a hotel. I don't know.
It's a mansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our hero, not so much of a hero right now.
There
is a journey. There is he goes through.
Because as Pat, our son, told us, let me tell you a story of when the good was bad.
Yeah.
What a way. Like, that is a hook that children can get in on. What do you mean good is bad? Anyways.
So we meet Peter. I'm using air quotes because we established his name's Alex.
Yes.
But he's Peter for this party. Because he is a world-renowned thief.
Yes.
And he's like James Bond. He's got the tuxedo on or suit or whatever the fuck he was wearing.
He just had the suit on. See, this is where John Claude would have showed up in his Euro trash, and it would have been great. He would have looked like...
Big pillowy shirt.
Yeah. He might
cinch waist pants.
Maybe he would have looked like he walked out of No Retreat, No Surrender 2, the Russian from that movie or something. Maybe he would have looked like that. But, yeah. Alex doesn't have that charisma to him, though. So it's just like another guy walking into this place.
Yeah, he's dolphin it.
Yeah, he is dolphin. I like that.
It's a party for David
Lang.
Lang.
I think Lang.
Lang, played by Pat Morita, who's a I don't know, he's a rich guy. I don't know what he does. I thought he was going to be the villain of the movie.
Yeah.
He kind of is portrayed kind of villainous in the beginning.
Right. He's got fancy, like, priceless artifacts.
He's got a Ming
artwork.
vase, and
Ming
like,
vase.
and Alex is looking it up and down, checking it out. He comes up, oh, you like that? That's yada 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 from the whatever era, the Ming era.
Oh yeah, of course he notices his M&M bowl, and he's like, "Is that priceless?" You know it's priceless. What about the M&Ms? Brown ones? No brown ones.
they got turquoise M&Ms.
That's
You
right.
can only get them at a David Luang party.
That's right.
And he just goes, "Oh, really? This looks like a piece of shit."
Yeah. Where's that good shit?
Where's the real art?
Where's the real art? And he's, rubbing his hands together, and he's got the pinky ring, and he's showing it off to David Luang to make sure he knows, I'm a high spender. I do coke in the bathroom when no one's looking, and I want to buy some priceless artifacts. That's what I'm here for.
So he's like, "I'm going to go to the bar. Get me some good art."
Yeah. Because he looks over, and he sees a perfect 10 out of 8.
Right. 10 out of 8?
Well, yeah, David Luang never invites a 10 to his party. He
Right.
only invites 8s. So, 10 out of 8.
She's a 10 out of an 8? What does it fucking even mean? You know math?
She's 2 better.
All right. That means she's... Well, if 8 is like the high and you call her a 10, that means she's really high. And she wasn't. I mean, she was doable, but she wasn't... I don't know.
That's Alex's move, though. Ooh, you're a 10 out of 8.
So it's like, I get it, because then he's basically calling her an 8, but the way he phrases it, it sounds like she's better.
Exactly.
Oh,
She
okay.
giggled.
She did.
She was like, are you going to get me a drink?
And he's like, "One moment, I got to get a cigarette first." He opens it up. We see he's got the layout of the entire building on the
Jesus
the
Christ.
He didn't memorize this. He had to look at this.
It was like 4 rooms.
It was a Legend of Zelda like fucking map.
If only. That actually would have taken some effort. Like, this was just like 4 rooms, door here, sword here. Like, yeah, he should have memorized this.
And they meet cute. They can tell that there's some little sparks. No, there's not. This guy has no personality
Nothing.
at all.
He's got nothing. He is holding up to John Claude, because John Claude never really, like, he would charm the lady, but he was never interested in the lady. So I think they're trying to do that. So
You didn't even get a butt shot in this movie. What kind of Bloodsport movie is this?
that's a good call. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no.
There could have been a shower scene in the prison,
There needed to be. That's a perfect spot for a butt shot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We should have been fucking making this.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
So he makes his way up, just like this precious sword. No guard. Well, I guess there were guards, but they were like in the room.
Yeah, they were waiting behind like some ficas and stuff. They were just hiding behind there, waiting. They were honeypotting a thief, I think is what they were doing.
Okay.
So he walks in, and this is like the prized possession room. So there's the fucking sword there. There's the fucking 1990 Barry Bonds jersey, before the roids. He had that.
It looks like
casing.
Professor Glastonbury's hallway of antiquities.
Yeah. So he had the sword. He had like a morning star with like severed, like a skull still attached to it, and that's real hard to keep because skulls will, you have to boil them.
Okay. So it's a lot of valuable shit, but his eye is on the prize, this precious sword.
Yeah.
So he just takes out the guards, no problem.
Yeah, he gets the sword. The guards rush in. They're like, "We were behind the ficas." He's like, "Oh, okay." Flips them over. I don't even. He put this sword.
He pulls a scarf out.
Yes, he
wraps the sword. The perfect way to sneak it out.
He did it like a magician too, because there was the crescent moons and stars on it. It was black and gold and shimmery. He's like, "Could you find a more like obnoxious cloth to hide this in?"
Right. Well, maybe that's the thing. There's no way a sword would be
misdirection.
In that.
Yeah, and that's
like
what
you
a
said,
sleight of hand artist is all
exactly.
about. So this makes sense.
So he walks out. Before he does, he goes, "Hey, 10 out of 8, come here. Meet me at this hotel
Tomorrow. Yeah. After all that noise upstairs, he just walks out.
Yeah. Well, you don't see it.
Yeah.
That's the perfect way to steal shit. Act like you belong there, and you can take whatever you want.
Absolutely.
And it works. I do that at Home Depot all the time. I walk out with like 200 pounds of cement. I don't need it. I just walk out with it.
You never know when you're going to need it.
Yeah.
You might be needing to make some shoes to drown somebody if the Ginty estate comes after us, Like, hey, I made you these nice cement shoes.
So next day, they're at this hotel where they're going to do the drop-off. And he's going to have the hot date. He's like getting all his plans together.
Oh yeah, he's got everything worked out. You can tell he's not only a thief and a fucking sleight of hand artist. He's got a mastermind ability of collecting a schedule, just putting it together in perfect order. So, of course, everything is not going to plan, though, because John was with him or John wasn't showing up.
I don't think John didn't show up because John betrays him.
John betrays him. So he's there with, like, his other buddy that was the contact to John, and he's freaking out. John's not here. John's not here. He's like, well, shit, this is not good. He looks out the door. Fucking Janine's arriving. And he's like, oh, shit, I got to go talk to her now, and I got to trade off the sword for $2 million, which in 1990 money, that's got to be. I can't even imagine.
11.326.
11.326.
Yeah, just off the top of my head.
That's
I might be off by a
Murray.
percentage.
That's a 10 out of 8 math equation you just
better
did there.
believe it.
Yeah.
So they're about to sit down for a little brunch. I think a mimosa I ordered. And then the cops arrive.
Yeah.
And they grab him.
Yeah, and they beat the shit out of him.
And this is Asia. They don't have trials. You go straight to prison.
Right. They were like, we're going to rough you up American style. And they certainly did. They were just pounding them. And
right.
they must have watched the Rodney King videotape because it looked very reminiscent to
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Very much so.
Very much so.
So, yeah, he's taken off to prison. I guess John was supposed to be there with the sword. I think that's what it was. And he never showed.
Oh, okay.
Because I think, do they get the sword back?
John has the sword.
Yes, John has the sword.
There is literally 10 minutes of plot, and we're still struggling with it.
Because we just zoned out.
Yeah.
So suffice it to say, he's in prison now. He wakes up like he's like in the back of a paddy wagon or something. They open it up. He's in his pink fucking hospital gown.
Does he ever have a top on?
He loves to take it off. I think he did have it at this thing, but he loves it. He can't get it off soon enough.
Yeah.
He's straight up Matt biking it. He's just like, fuck shirts.
Well, he definitely, like we said, he is long in the leg. We know that. And he wants to make those legs pop even more. So you pop that shirt off, you pull the pants up a little higher. It makes it look like he has like 7.5 foot long legs. Like, he looks enormous because he takes that off and pulls the pants up higher. So
he's the master of illusion. We just pointed that out.
Exactly. He's working with his best asset. And it's not his ass. It's his legs.
Yeah, it's his legs. He's the leg man. Yeah. And we see our man's son in the background. He's the prisoner, too, and he's sweeping dirt.
With a broom that has 3 bristles on it.
Yes, but it's literally a dirt floor, and he sweeps it. That's all he does is sweep it.
Well, later on, there was a scene where everybody was sweeping.
Yeah, they're just moving dirt. It's like the most stupidest Zen garden I've ever seen. They're just sweeping dirt.
Is this what we're missing from our prisons? Is that how you really?
Well, they should be breaking rocks.
Breaking rocks. That's old school, isn't it?
Right. Well, it makes a little more sense than sweeping dirt. At least
why does breaking rocks make more sense?
Because you're making a gravel. You're making something. You're making something. What are you doing sweeping dirt? What the fuck's that for?
I don't know. I really don't know how to argue this one. Yeah. All right. So, of course, his good guy radar starts going off, and he senses down. I mean, he's walking straight at it. Senses a little jobber just getting his ass kicked. And so he's like, I got to help.
All of a sudden, he's a good guy now. He was a piece of shit before prison. I guess he got scared straight immediately. It was just like, wow, maybe I need to change my life around.
Right. His son told us he was good or he was bad before he was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, he was a bad guy, and now he comes to prison and immediately is changing his ways.
Yeah.
He saw God on the way over, maybe.
I don't know. But he helps an old man who's getting the shit stomped out of him. And they don't like that.
Right.
Because,
go on.
we do notice a guard called the Demon.
Yeah.
He notices Alex. I totally forgot his fucking name. He notices Alex.
Yeah.
Very... Oh, my God. We've gone from Bolo to this guy. He's just a very bland, muscular Asian guy. He's got like a dull fucking Drago flat top.
Yeah, he's got the Drago flat top. Spiked up always. He is good at getting a scowl on his face that makes you want to punch him. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He had a punchable face. But we had like 2 different factions here because we have the guard, we have Demon. We have all Demon like summon the guards to come in and like stop the fight. And then we have like this other gang who apparently is led by a guy named Chan.
Yes.
So Son's watching this whole thing. He's like, oh, this fucking idiot. He's going to get himself killed here. But it was still a pretty good deed that he did there.
And he warns him. He's like, watch out for these guys. He tells like every prison movie. You got to have that guy. He's the Morgan Freeman, Shawshank Redemption of this movie.
Yeah.
Where he's like.
This is Son warning Alex.
Yeah, he's like, look out for this guy. That's Chan. Watch out for the guards.
Yeah. Unlike your American prisons, they'll kill people here.
And Alex smirks. He's like, I don't give a shit.
Yep.
I'm Alex.
All right, so we're going to the next day. We're having some lunch. Alex is walking.
It's like
out.
high school.
It's just like
he's
high
looking
school.
for the fucking place to sit. The cool kids are like, "Get the fuck out of here, nerd."
Yep. And just like the face-off fight scene, it's just like when he thinks he's found a nice seat, somebody trips him, he falls over, they tie his shoes together, and they start
Build his fucking chocolate milk. He's pissed.
Oh yeah. So of course another jobber match is gonna break out, but then Son like steps in and starts explaining to him about. Oh no, it was because Alex does beat up a bunch of the jobbers. Like he fights his way through all these jobbers. I mean, they're tiny compared to him. Alex is like 9.5 feet tall, especially without a shirt on.
Right.
Just makes him taller. So he's punting all these jobbers around, and we see Chen, who is the only other guy who gets to not wear a shirt, and he's a big, bulky dude. And so we kind of like peered around.
Beforehand, Son was like, "I got to warn you about this Chan motherfucker."
Yeah.
Like he lost face. He's pissed. They're coming for you.
Yeah, this was like he warned him after he saw him beat all of his jobbers up. He's like, "Yeah, those are Chan's jobbers."
He runs the fucking prison,
right?
And he's like, "I don't give a shit. I'm Alex."
Yeah, he's the Brody Lee of this prison. Everybody loves him here.
Yes.
You're gonna talk about him for 3.5 years afterwards.
So now, they get Chan. This is where he gets his revenge. So they just dogpile Alex. That's all they can do. It's like fucking ants coming on a fucking grasshopper or some shit.
There you go, Murray. Perfect.
Perfect allegory.
Yep. That's what.
And they get him down, and then Chan whips out. He's got like a log in his hand, and he's ready to beat fucking Alex's face in.
Yeah.
And just as he swings, this little shriveled little arm comes in the screen.
Beautiful. This was beautiful.
And the fucking log shatters on the shriveled, tiny little baby arm, and it's fucking Son.
Yeah.
I think was James Wong shirtless in this scene, or was he just sleeveless? He had sleeveless gloves on. I know that much.
I don't remember.
But it was just, I just remember these little pathetic, little puny little arms.
I love this shot because the pathetic little arm, and then the fucking stick exploding on it, and then I think he does a couple other like little fucking punches or whatever, and scares everybody off. But then he begs Chan for forgiveness. He's like, "Look, American," and he widens out his eyes. White boy, he's
Round
an idiot.
eye,
Round eye.
And then, of course, Alex is just like, "Holy shit, what the fuck was that?"
All about the spirit.
It's always about the spirit. All these like ways that are designed to murder people, it's really about spirituality.
Yeah. I know you're all thinking, like, guys, what are you talking about? This is all plot. Yeah, they stocked it all in the first 15 minutes, and then the last 55 minutes
front-loaded.
is just action.
Yeah, it's Kumite.
Just Kumite.
Which means he told us what Kumite meant. I forgot.
Wasn't it Japanese for fight?
Yeah, it was something like that.
It was. It literally was Samurai Cop level. It's Japanese for tournament.
So the next day, he's like, "I will teach you." It's just flowing. They're just like, "All right, he's going to teach him now." Usually, like martial art masters, a little cock tease for a while. They're like,
think of every Jean-Claude movie. No, you haven't earned it. You haven't earned it. You haven't earned it.
And that's a very, I'm glad you brought that up. It's a very prominent phrase in this movie about earning it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And yet, Son never uses it. He's just like, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You seem pretty cool. You're really tall. I like that.
So Son apparently, Chan runs the fucking prison, but Son has his own Buddhist temple for a cell.
Yeah.
So he's like in like Indian style, and he's like got the fucking incense on.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, I'm sorry, was that offensive?
A little bit.
And he's like getting in touch with his chi and all that shit.
He's got the incense going. He's got like a fucking 5,000-year-old statue in here. It's all dilapidated.
It was the statue that was used to kill Lightning from Big Trouble in Little China.
That's right. It was.
And so Alex is like, "Teach me. I need to know." And he's like, "I will teach you." It's called the Iron Hand.
He was so excited for some. Is this his thing? Like, no one's asked me to learn my secret Iron Hand technique. You're the first person. So, yeah, sure, I'll teach you.
Iron Hand is so powerful. It can cause vibrations from his hand. It's like the Force, basically.
Yeah, because he had the bucket underneath him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You want to learn secret technique?" And then he holds his hand up over the water, and like the Jurassic Park scene, it just starts rippling. And
Right.
Is there a dinosaur coming? No, that's the Iron Hand.
And he's like, because you saved that shriveled up little old man on your first day, I know you're really good. So I'm going to teach you Iron Hand.
And you ready? First montage already.
Yes.
So he's got a bucket full of dried beans, and he's just got to punch them.
What kind of beans were they?
Oh, they look like fava beans. I don't think they're going to be in.
They weren't kidney beans?
No, they weren't. They weren't dark enough red.
Okay.
They were a white bean.
Okay. And so he starts punching the fucking vase full of fucking beans.
Vase, huh?
Urn? What was it?
It was just a bucket. It was a Home Depot bucket.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forget.
They didn't even have time to
bright
take over
orange.
it. Yeah. Of course, then you got to meditate.
Of course, you got to meditate. And then this is because we know that Alex is all about party tricks. He did the ultimate birthday cake blowout trick, where you throw your hand and you stop right before the candle, and it blows out the candle.
And of course, Son shows him how to do it first to show that it can be done,
Right.
and to the audience that it can be done. And of course, this is the goalpost. This is the thing he's trying to kick. I'm just delighted that Wings Howard showed up a minute ago.
Right. Yeah, he can't do it right now. He's still learning the Iron Hand. So he's.
But
like,
he does. Son turns his back because you got to have a comedy spot in here.
Of course you do.
This is AEW booking, after all. You'll learn a lot more about that in a little while. So Son turns his back. He blows out the candle, and you can't hear him. You just see him turning like champion himself. And fucking Son turns around and backhands him. I was waiting for more of that kind of contention between them.
I just can't believe we had a split scene, didn't we? Where he does the splits.
There was a split scene, yes. But we recognize this. I think it was in Kickboxer. I don't think it was in maybe it was in Bloodsport. But the Q-tips, where he's got the big like
Pugil sticks.
Yeah, and he was poking at him, and he had a fucking swerve and kick around him. And
Some
then
beautiful tippy tap kicks.
Beautiful tippy taps. I see why they got this guy. I mean, he can.
So now there's the we're chilling scene, and he's like, Master Son, why are you in here? You're a great man. Why are you in here? And we learn Son's backstory. He was training, like, I guess, the army.
The government forced him to train an army. They were like, you got this super secret technique. You love your country, right? He's like, yes, of course I love my country. Country comes first. So he's like, we need you to train these people, this army, this super secret army. And there was like 50 of them, let's say. He's like, okay, I'll train them. And it only takes a week to learn Iron Fist. So don't listen to Son if he ever says it takes more than, it takes 80 years. No, it takes about a week. So he teaches them all how to do Iron Fist within a week. But he's turned these fucking kids, they're 20-year-old kids, they're 18-year-old kids, they're 15-year-old kids, how to be these destructive weapons.
Yeah.
They don't even have the mature enough brains to really appreciate a great podcast like Golden Globus Theater. They're just laughing
They're
at our
not that
fart jokes.
sophisticated yet.
Exactly.
So one of the kids goes nuts. He goes straight Lewis. And he rapes a girl. Maybe with the Iron Fist. I don't know. But he can't have that. You can't have your students raping people with the Iron Fist.
Right.
It's a move for peace.
So
he kills his student.
Right. To defend the honor of the Iron Fist, was it?
I don't know.
Was it just because he was like, the Iron Fist, most powerful thing in the world, if he's going to use it for evil, I got to end it.
Well, yeah, he raped a girl. Come on. You can't let that slide.
Apparently this country was going to let that slide, though.
Because the kid was connected. He was the kid of a rich guy.
It's always money.
Yeah, always. So, Son got life in prison. But because you think America's corrupt. You can buy your way out of jail. We'll learn that later on. But right now, he's just like, yeah, I'm in jail for life.
They did make it cozy for him, though. We got to give him that. Because, again, he got his own temple and everything. He's separated. So they weren't completely horrible to him. Yeah. So now Alex, of course, is going to try to explain his own thing. And Son just cuts him right off.
Yeah, because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's a thief. And Son's like, no, you're here because you're not only you're a thief, you're a lousy fucking thief. You got caught. And I think you have issues with your parents. I think your father abandoned you. Your mother never loved you. Getting deep Freudian on this shit. He's like, tell me about your mom. Did you want to have sex with your mom? I think you want to have sex with your mom. Like, no, I don't want to. And then he starts thinking, he's like, maybe I do want to have sex with my mom. And he just gets deep into the mind of fucking Alex.
Man. If only we could have seen Janine up against his mom. Maybe they look identical or something.
His mom was a 10 out of 8.
Oh, shit.
And we learned that his parents were missionaries. And that he's like, yeah, my parents were stupid. They wanted to go around helping people. Fuck that shit.
You're right, yeah.
He's like, I don't want to do that shit.
I don't want to help poor people. They need to fucking strap up their own boots and pull themselves out of the fucking ditches like I did. I'm successful. I have a weed whacking business.
Right. The Four Seasons weed whacking business.
I'm an entrepreneur.
And son goes, that's all great. But hey, did I ever tell you about the Kumite? It's out of nowhere. He's like trying. It's like Golden Globes level awkward fucking transition. He's just like Kumite. It's Japanese for fight. You ever hear about it? I was in it one time.
Yeah.
I won 3 times years in a row. I want to get in on that.
Yeah, he knows how to fucking talk to this idiot Alex. So he's just like, "Hey, Kumite." And he's like, "Yeah, why did I know that?" I don't get what they're doing to the Kumite here, though, because he's like, we need someone to bring, like, the sanctity back to it. We need the spirit of the Kumite to be...
Getting too commercial.
Yeah, I guess. It looks less commercial.
You didn't see the Pepsi banners that were all up on the... They were everywhere.
McDonald's, Pepsi. No, it looked like it went down, because we'll get to that later.
But he says, Alex, you need to earn it. This is day 1 of Iron Fist.
So okay.
It's a 7-day course.
He's willing to give Iron Fist away for free, despite it already having the accident where he taught the wrong person it. Alex could be the wrong person, but he doesn't give a shit.
He sees it. There's something in Alex. It's all in the hair.
I mean, he just called him a piece of shit.
Where's he getting the hair product from? What's he using?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Okay. So they're training one day, and then they're normally called wardens, but they're superintendents apparently in this one.
It's Asia, man.
And they're like, superintendent wants to talk to you, Alex.
Oh, they take him down to the penitentiary 3 basement cell.
Right.
They cleared out all the fog.
Hear all the growling.
They cleared out all the fog.
Orange rinds everywhere.
There were orange rinds everywhere. And Alex is getting pushed into a corner, and he's like, this doesn't look right. I would really like it if another guard were here to, because this doesn't feel right. And of course it doesn't feel right because it's a goddamn ruse. Chan set it up.
Cheech and Chan were here.
Cheech and Chan. I don't like what you did there. It's very confusing for my brain.
And they attack him because they got embarrassed. They got humiliated. Actually, Son humiliated them. They were beating the shit out of Alex.
Yeah, they were doing fine. Yeah. They were beating his ass, like you said. So they were having a good time beating his ass.
Well, Alex starts off. He starts off hot.
Yeah,
and then they gotta cut off the heat.
He in fact does some Iron Fist moves. I don't know how to identify it, but he does later say, "I did an Iron Fist move," and Son is like, "Yeah, I bet you did." Patted him on the head, gave him a little treat. So Alex is handling a few, but then of course one of the guards gets involved, starts beating him with the nightstick. Yeah. Bashes him up real
Demon
good.
is so disgusted, Chan can't handle this guy. He kills Chan.
Yeah. Breaks his neck.
And then they're like, you got to go to the box, Alex. It's a prison movie.
Yep.
So, when you get punished, you go to the box. So where they send him to the old defecation tank.
Of course.
We've seen it in, what was that movie we did?
That was Wedlock.
Wedlock, yeah.
Yeah, another prison movie.
A.K.A. Deadlock.
A.K.A. Deadlock.
And they put him in the defecation tank. And but fortunately, Son uses his Iron Fist powers to type in Morse code. Hang in there.
Yeah.
Don't drink the water. It's your urine. He's like,
this is awesome. Well, urine cures COVID, so it's probably a good idea.
Well, the thing is, this is a third world country, so they don't clean the defecation tanks. They just use the same water.
Well, he's going to use his own urine, right?
No, this is other guy's urine.
Oh, this is other guy's urine.
I told you, they don't clean them out.
Oh, right.
So he's in there for about a week.
Son was right outside of his door, by the way. And yes, he was doing he had a little piece of cement there, and he was doing the 1-inch punches on it, and that was what he was typing Morse code into. Is that what you're going to do with your concrete? That you steal from Home Depot?
I don't know. I said I just take it just to steal it. I don't know if I'm going to have any use for it, so that's a good idea.
I'm trying to give you some ideas for it.
I'm going to use it to put the foundation on my fucking Kumite.
Now that's
thing.
really thinking. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, see?
There we go.
Alex is released, I don't know how many days later. He's covered in shit and piss.
Oh, he's looking awful.
Take it back to Sun.
Banana peel on his hair. He's going to have to go right back to his cell, get his hair gel back out, slick it back so he can feel like a human again.
He's crowing about how I murdered a guy with the Iron Fist. Isn't that great? And I'm going to win the Kumite for you, Master. Look, pal, it's not about winning or losing with Iron Fist. It's about finding yourself.
And of course, that is the perfect cue-in for montage number 2. And even their montages are on like fast forward. So he's blowing out the candle with his fist. Right. He's fucking like the whatever punching, kicking bags they have, whatever they're made of, they're exploding now under the weight of his tippy
It's the success montage. You get the train montage and then the I've done it montage.
Yeah, you got to have the first montage, let you know where they're at and everything, and then of course when they fucking do it.
So we see while that's going on, we see Demon. He's ready to head out for the Kumite. He's got his duffel bag with him. This is a big deal.
Yeah, they even forced Alex. They were like, hey, Demon wants you in the courtyard. And they had him go out there just so we could watch Demon leave.
Get on a bus and leave.
I didn't get that. But then we quickly find out that the superintendent wants him.
For real this time.
Yeah. And Alex is freed. He doesn't know why. But they freed him.
Yeah, I wouldn't care if they're going to let me out of prison. I don't care what the reason is.
So he goes back to tell Sun, of course, and Sun's like, great, go straight to the Kumite. And let's remember, the Kumite in Bloodsport was a super secret by invite only. Like, no one could get in there. The press were trying...
According to Frank Dukes.
According to Frank Dukes. Like, no one could figure out where it was being held and everything. You had to go by the OK USA guy. Like, they had strict security. You had to go in that alley full of poor people, and nobody wants to go down Poor People Alley.
Not me.
Yeah.
Wasn't that from Harry Potter, Poor People Alley? Something like that?
Yeah, that's Harry Potter. I thought you weren't a fan.
You pick shit up. It's cultural osmosis.
A cultural osmosis.
So, yeah.
He tells them, you need to go there. You need to fight Demon, and you need to bring the spirit back to Kumite. Like we were saying, it's all fucking commercial now.
Right.
Capitalism has taken over.
Merch, got T-shirts, all that shit, beer cozies, keychains.
They're just bringing in the old greats and everything for jobber matches, spots, and everything, just so they could get, it's horrible.
And Alex goes, I will, Master, and I promise you, with the winnings, I'm going to get you out of this prison. Now we cut to Alex. He's meeting with the man that freed him. It's fucking long. We thought he was a villain. It's Pat Morita. Pat Morita is like, you know that sword you fucking stole from me? That's the fucking prize for the Kumite, you fuckhead.
Okay. I got this wrong. I thought that's where they were going with the plot. He just wanted money. That's it. He just wanted his money. He's like, I let you out because I know you can get me money. I know you could get my sword back because John has the sword. Luang doesn't have the sword.
Yeah.
The Kumite doesn't have the sword. John has the sword.
Yes.
So I thought it was the prize of the Kumite. It isn't. It's just money's the prize or whatever. And spirit.
Well, he gets the sword at the very end.
Yeah, but he has to get it from John. So
I know, that's the thing. They want...
He was doubling down. He was going to the Kumite while also working out a deal with John to get the sword back with money. So I fucked that up because I thought that's what they were doing with the movie. It's hard to pay attention to the 10 minutes of plot that are in this movie. It's very confusing. But he's asking Luang, why would you let me out? And he's like, well, I can't. You're not going to make me any money in prison. So I let you out because I prefer the profit. I need you to go get my sword back.
All right. So now this is where the movie finally starts. We're at the fucking Kumite. But Alex doesn't... If he needs it, why doesn't he get an invite for fucking Alex? Alex shows up without a fucking invite.
Yeah. So this is... This is another reason why it's like, okay, Luang didn't have anything to do with him being in the Kumite. Because you think Luang would get him in there if he wanted him to go in there to get the sword. But this is... Okay, so again, I go back to Bloodsport 1. No one would know about this thing unless they already had an invite. In this movie, there's just a line of people like walking up like, hey, I want to get in.
Corporate sponsorship, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
They had like those fucking Juggalo things, like a 20-minute fucking commercial for the Kumite. And they had fucking Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope doing it. They're talking about magnets and shit.
Infomercial or a music video?
Remember those things? What is it? Gathering of the Juggalos. They have those like 20-minute fucking commercials for the Gathering of the Juggalos.
They have 20-minute commercials?
Yes, because they have all these washed-up wrestlers and rappers from the 90s that they have at this fucking show, and it takes 20 minutes to tell you about it.
That is an infomercial. If I'm up at 1 in the morning watching Star Trek, that is an infomercial I'd like to see.
It's not on TV. It's on YouTube.
I know. I'm just saying that would be a great infomercial to see.
So we're like, holy shit, what's he going to do? And then we see this loud, wet fart from off screen. And then a belch, and then a beer can being crushed. And we're like, I recognize those sounds from Bloodsport. The real one. The one we like. It's fucking Ray Tiny Jackson.
He's
Hey there, bro. He's like working for the. First I thought he was working for the Kumite.
Yeah,
and then he had his own. Then he was like coaching. I don't know what the fuck is.
He was an agent, a sponsor, and he had invites, and he could hand out the invites. And so, we see him. He's wearing sleeves now. He's just gained some weight. He wants to hide those arms now.
I thought he had them off because I could see those shitty tattoos he had on his arm.
Oh, I thought he had.
Yeah, I thought he had a sleeveless Harley Davidson shirt.
Okay,
on.
I do know that
he had his dress sweatpants on because he's a businessman guy.
His hair was full volume in the 80s. Nowadays, it's getting weak.
A little stringy.
It's a little stringy now, but he's still our Ray Jackson. So he's got a guy who's apparently. I mean, he's wearing the red, white, and blue pants.
Zubas, yeah.
He's got the American flag Zubas, but he's a piece of shit. He's a real asshole.
But this is where I thought maybe he was like a coach because it looked like he was trying to motivate this guy.
He was, yeah. He was a coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he called himself a coach.
So this was his guy, and then he's just shitting on him.
Yeah.
And tells him to fuck off.
Because he had a bad attitude, and he was beating up on people, and he was just going up and asking people what their style was and everything, and he's like, this is just not appropriate behavior. And then he sees fucking Alex, like, slinking over in the corner, and some guy comes up to him, and I believe this is Cliff. Was that our black guy's name?
Yeah, it was Cliff.
Cliff's like, hey, see? That's Ray Tiny Jackson over there. If you need an invite, he might have one for you. So Alex jumps up, hey, Mr. Jackson, can I get an invite? And this is after Ray has told American Flag Pants, you can walk. He wanted his invite back, but he didn't get it.
This would be a great moment where he's like, yeah, you can have an invite if you beat me on the karate tournament video game. Just like call back to
That would have been
Jean-Claude.
a great callback.
No.
They
don't do that.
So instead, we go outside. He's got Alex with him. You can see Ray stoked because he reminds him so much of his friend.
Yeah.
From 8 years prior.
It's all in the hair.
All in the hair. And the bad accent.
Yeah.
And so he's like, you see this guy in the American Flag Pants? Beat his ass, and you're in. And so American Flag Pants like, what's in it for me? You're back in the tournament if you beat him. And so he's squaring up like he's going to have a real match, but fucking Alex just handles him. Like 2 kicks, and he's done.
He goes yoink, grabs the fucking the invitation out of the Zoobs, and they go, you're in, bro. And they go in.
Back inside, they hand off the invite. They get the stamp, and he's like, "All right, see you tomorrow."
And I want to say, this is '96. This is very progressive. This is why it gets too commercial. I'm like, this is too progressive for me because they're allowing women to compete in the Kumite now.
Yeah,
we see Kim. She's wearing the sisterhood of the traveling singlet on.
Yes, she is.
And fucking Ray is in love. He's like, "Oh my god, bro, see how hot that chick is." And somebody asks her out, and she like knocks him out or something like that to show that she can kick ass. I don't remember. Right. I don't care about this character.
Ray goes up to her and starts belching in her face. He's like, "How do you feel about beer and belching?" My 2 favorite things. She's like, "Walk."
Opening ceremony. Welcome to the Kumite, brought to you by Quiznos.
What? Our Quiznos sponsored this?
Yes.
I'm not too happy.
You thought
with that.
Quiznos was off the map? In fucking whatever this country is, they're doing it. Quiznos is the biggest sandwich maker of all time.
I don't like that they're involved with the Kumite.
Well, nobody does. Son doesn't. He's like, got to take it back to its basics.
That's right.
First round begins. And we're just going to be talking about fights for the next fucking half an hour.
Sorry, everybody.
Demon fights a guy that looked like our buddy Dennis. It's like this elderly guy with a mullet, and just fucking jobs the fuck out of this guy. Beats his ass.
Here's the part that's annoying to me. Is that Demon, they're building up to be the monster heel, but just like AEW, you bring in the new monster heel, you put him with Marco Stunt and let Marco Stunt get like 10 moves in on him. Why are they building Demon off like he's a fucking idiot? He's supposed to be he's supposed to be Bolo.
Yeah.
And they're building him up like he's a
Bolo
fucking
would
chump.
never do this.
No, Bolo would have clapped the guy's head and made it explode like a grape.
But Demon does take out the elderly man.
That's right.
Alex is next. He's wearing Adidas track pants.
Yep.
And one of those pajama tops we always see Kung Fu guys wearing.
I looked it up because I was like, what do they call them? And Google was like, it's called a meditation shirt. So I was like, fine, whatever. Meditation shirt.
Y'all know what it is. It's the fucking thing. It's got like the bamboo fucking ties on the front.
Yeah, the big looped rope with the wooden thing that you loop it under. Yeah. Bruce Lee's always wearing it.
Doesn't even remove his warm-up gear.
Nope.
Takes out this guy. No time for
That's
that.
That's like him doing the Jimmy Garvin when Garvin would come in and wear
Yeah,
his
the
shiny
glitter
pants.
pants, yeah.
And just fight in those. Yeah.
Next match guy, he's got cat scratch fever style. He's just like scratching. Ow! Beat some generic Asian guy.
Okay,
We got to talk about this. What made no, not about this fight, but about this Bloodsport. What made Bloodsport one so good is they took time to give every fighter an individual look.
Yes.
Even the Quests fucking did that. This generic Asian guys.
Yes.
Couple black guys.
There's a couple people that stand out, and so you're like, okay, they're going to try to do something with these people, which we'll build up to in a minute here, but they quickly drop the ball even on that. Like, these characters do not have anything going on with them. We also need to talk about the setting here, because in the first Kumite, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, and the audience, highfalutin types.
Right.
Now here we are.
And it's in like a hidden kind of room, an enclosed room. Now we're like out in the open and shit.
Yeah. People just walking in, walking out.
Yeah.
It is a mud show. It's a mud show now. And
It's like the state fair, basically.
Yeah. And for some reason, during all these fights, they still have all the people betting and everything, but they feature this woman who's taking the bets and like handing out drinks, and they keep cutting to her,
Yes.
and then she turns the camera and smiles. They do it 9 times.
Right, so we're like, all right, this is going to be the romantic interest for Alex. Like this cute little Asian girl falls in love with him. No!
It's a woman. It's a woman.
Yeah. Did I say a guy?
You say cute little girl.
Oh well, yeah. I'm just making her like being dismissive about her because she's a woman. You know, that's why I am. Yeah, she's a woman. She's not a child, and nothing happens. No,
Yeah.
they never even meet.
No.
Nothing.
Nope.
No one.
No one. So anyway, Sergio steps up, and we know this guy's going to be something because he's got a name.
And he's wearing like a Street Fighter type outfit.
You're right, he was.
And we learn there's a reason because of that. Because he wins this fight,
Yeah.
and Alex goes, "What's your style?" I was like, "Fuck style." I learned from playing Street Fighter. My style is A, B, left, right, up, down. And he's like, "Hey, whatever it takes to win."
So Sergio walks away. He's going to go towel off or whatever. And Ray comes over and sits down with him. He's like, bro, are you fucking talking to other competitors? Don't do it.
Don't do it, bro.
Don't get romantically involved. I don't know what you're into, but don't get involved.
So next up, Cliff, our black guy. He goes up against a guy wearing a fucking 80s Scott Steiner singlet. It's like this fucking obnoxious, like tie-dye singlet.
Yes, it also reminded me of our pool fight in Lionheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. And the guy had the hair, too.
And because this is 50-50 booking, they're evenly matched for the first half of the fight. It's back and forth.
These are the people they're trying to build up for us. Sergio had a good little fucking match where you saw his style was unique and everything. You're like, okay, they did a good job with Sergio. But Cliff is getting, like, kicked in the face. He's taking hard blows. He's giving back a few. But this match, like you said, 50-50, it's, like, too much. You're building up Cliff to be one of the friends.
Right.
And he looks like a fool.
But he pulls it out. He wins. Alex gives a nod of approval, so we know they're friends, instant friends.
Oh, yeah, instant friends.
Next fight, monkey fighter style.
You got to have a monkey
And to let
fighter.
you know, they they tune in some fucking monkey sound effects.
Yeah.
It's a hammer at home. This guy's monkey style.
So this was kind of cool because back in the first Bloodsport, there was the Monkey Man in that too, and he died the same way. He got caught up by the fat guy, and he squeezed him out. So he loses just like his old daddy.
Demon up next with a guy wearing a gi and with a like American flag on the back.
Yeah.
And it's just a fight. I don't know, but Demon wins. But this is what stood out from this fight. Horribly edited fight. Demon starts the fight with camouflage pants on and these like leather bracers on his forearms.
Yeah, he was totally John Moxing it.
Yeah. And then they cut to a different scene. He's wearing black trunks, no bracers. Cut back to Demon, camo pants, bracers. It's like the most retarded fucking editing I've ever seen. I hated it.
So we're ending our first day here. You know, you get Demon. Just like with the Bolo, it's like everybody's clapping for him because he's an easy bet. You know he's going to beat some ass. Like the only thing that's
he's
really...
the Dallas Cowboys of the fucking...
Exactly.
Day.
The only interesting bet is if he's going to snap the guy's neck or not. So, you know, there's not really good odds. You know he's going to win. First day ends, and of course Alex is going to head out, for a good time on the town.
Right. He's got to go to that restaurant that Lauren Avedon recommended.
Oh, of course.
It's got the weird stuff. They can't even get cheeseburgers here, dude.
So he pops a hat, just hovers it above his head.
Well, he doesn't want to fuck up that dude.
That's right.
Know? And this happens. Janine is there.
Oh, wow. That's fucking weird.
And he's like, what are you doing here? Well, I'm working for your partner. You know, the partner that sent you to prison for 3 years? Because he's been in prison for 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working for him now. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. You just need to get to know him. I did know him. He was my partner.
He sent me to prison.
And he sent me to prison.
I was raped multiple times. Not fun. But he's like, I'm going to let bygones be bygones because I need that sweet sword.
Because he's working with Wang, who got him out of prison. So he's like, shit, here we go. We're going to broker this deal.
You tell him that I'll give him $1 million. And she goes, that sounds like a great offer. We'll meet tomorrow. We'll get some further details.
Right, because she's got to go back to John and see if he's in on that deal.
Day 2, back to the fights.
So yeah, this is how the plot goes for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
1 minute clips in between more just random fights.
Alex is taking on Tong Po.
Look alike.
Tong Poor.
More like Tong Poor Man. Yeah, I like that.
And he takes him out in like 20 seconds flat. It's a jobber match.
Yeah, so is he breaking Frank Dux' record then? Because I'm pretty sure he breaks
Nobody
Frank
can break
Dux'
Frank
record
Dux'
like
even if you
times.
break it, Frank Dux changes the time he won.
That's true.
So, yeah, this guy... No, he reminded me of that guy who we never saw wrestle in NWA who had the... Kanj Singh, whatever the fuck his name was. Kaijo Singh. He had the fucking Fu Manchu mustache. Yeah. That's just between me and Griff. You guys have no idea what we're talking about. But the guy's a sore loser.
Yes.
So he starts bitching and complaining. He's like, oh, man, my shoes weren't tied. He's not wearing shoes. He's barefoot.
Yeah.
He's coming up with every bullshit excuse in the book.
So he jumps back up onto the mat because he got thrown out. And that's when the head official gets down?
Yeah, you're disrespecting the fucking dojo, the mat. Get off. So he hops down, and his roundhouse kicks fucking Kaijo Singh in the face. Out.
All right. And now we're going to our next match. 2 completely random people. They've established Demon, Sergio, Cliff, and, of course, Kim. But, we just get jobber match now. We're just watching 2 people who have no identity, no unique look. And finally, that concludes, thankfully.
We barely got 82 minutes. They're just filling time.
They are filling so much time.
No
here.
plot.
All right. So are we ready?
Yeah, he said the Kuma Cutie shows up, and she's going to fight Gene Simmons. A guy with Gene Simmons makeup and the fucking little ponytail Gene Simmons has.
Oh, my God, that's right. He did. Oh.
And she wrecks him, kicks him in the balls, beats the fuck out of him.
I'm pretty sure she did the Joey Janela dick flip to him. Wait.
No, that's
the opposite.
Yeah, that's who the fuck? Nah.
Not Joey Janela.
Yeah, I don't know.
I forget that guy's
fuck
name.
that guy.
Yeah, fuck him.
But she beats him. Ray, he's wearing sweatpants. So you can totally see he's got a major boner going on.
Well, he found out he was fighting women, so he's like, I'm going to fucking wear some sweatpants. He knew he was going to lose. He entered as a joke because it's all a rib now. It's a mud show.
So Ray's like, oh, man, it was so fucking hot. 7 or 7:30 tonight, babe. And she just blows him off.
You are a classic 10 out of 8.
Cliff is up next. He doesn't no surrender backflip, kicks you in the face, over with. We just saw him on the first day, the first round, barely survive. Second round just takes a guy out with a backflip.
Yeah, again, no idea what they're trying to do here.
Demon is up again. He gets some tiny guy.
This is awful. And so this guy is so small. He's coming in there. He looks like he's fighting for a bowl of, like protein
Porridge.
or something. Porridge. Some kind of actual meat.
That's actually what Ray said to Kim. I got some protein for you right here. A bowl of protein.
Jesus Christ.
Well, he's supposed to be a slob, but a lovable slob.
He's a lovable slob. So this guy fucking tries to punch Demon and breaks his arm on him.
I don't even remember this fight, so I trust you.
It's not worth remembering. A lot of these fights aren't because they did no work on them. Yeah. All right, day 2 is concluded, so we're going to go back over to Janine. She's returning to John now.
Right. She's got heard the message from John, and she's like, he's in tomorrow at 9:30. And then she walks away.
She walks out the door, and that's where we get this real fucking interesting character just appear in from behind the ficus.
Yeah, we get Scrawny Dolph.
Scrawny Dolph.
This guy who... He's a scrawny Dolph Lundgren. He had like wraparound shades on. He's got the fucking blonde flat top. And he's got the scrawniest arms, like tribal tats on. It's the worst.
Jean jacket, cut off sleeves. Of course. He's looking awful.
And because we know John already betrayed Alex, so why wouldn't he do it again? So this guy's going to take out Alex.
And he, reveals that he's got 2 big old fucking, like, dirty, hairy revolvers on him.
Right. His scrawny arms can barely pick him up.
Barely.
That's how big they are.
All right.
Back to fights, because why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not?
Alex just takes some guy out. That's it.
There is no blood in this movie, by the way. So why is it called Bloodsport?
It's barely a sport.
Let
alone blood. I got ahead of myself. This is where Cliff does the backflip kick, beats a guy. Who cares?
It doesn't matter. This is just so... Oh, my God. Again, these matches, they're over before you even notice. Right. So... No build-up.
Then we actually get some Thai boxers who do some real fucking fighting. They're kneeing the fuck out of each other.
Yes, and this is actually a cool match. And it ends too soon. Like, it looked like they were just like, hey, guys, want $100 to fight each other on footage and be in a movie? Because it looked real. It was cool. But,
Kim is back in the ring. She takes a punch. No sells it. Takes out her opponent. I don't even remember this fight. There's so many fights. I don't remember any of them.
Dude. This is our most read from the script episode yet because there's no way to remember all the fights that happen in this movie. They're all the same.
All the fighters look the same.
If you guys only knew, if I just left all this episode unedited, like there's just blank spots where we just fall asleep. This is just a rough movie.
Like I said, sometimes we need to vet our movies first. But, we fell in love with the name Bloodsport. We said, how can you go wrong with Bloodsport? It's got to be halfway decent.
All right.
No, not.
So another day randomly ends, and, of course, Alex is going to go meet up with Janine.
Right.
And they're going to meet up at that original place, and Janine's got good news. John wants to meet up with you. And he's like, oh, that's awesome. Why don't I take off my floating hat here and we go to a real restaurant? They were already at a restaurant. He's like, why don't we go to a real restaurant?
It has real entertainment.
Real good entertainment.
And then they just cut to the restaurant and we just hear the most beautiful voice. We're no stranger to this. We know her. We love her. It's Sue Manchu.
Jesus alone, waiting for suggestions. His sinners, avoiding all the Christians. His lips are dry. Where's Madame Pearl? She's so just know exactly what they think. If you want my body and you're thinking sex, come on and let it show.
Griff, there's nothing more romantic than hearing a woman say, if you want my body and you think I'm sexy.
It's true. That is a good thing to hear.
And it gets both. It breaks the ice with Janine. He's like, all is forgiven. You've teamed up with a guy who put me in prison for 3 years. I haven't had sex in 3 years either. So I'm okay with that.
I just like that she's like, you're nothing like what John told me. And it's like, John is the man who put me in prison. Are you not hearing this? He's a shady dealer and everything. And she just like takes John by his word for some reason. But she's reading those eyes and she's just like, I think you're different. You met him once when he was stealing a sword from apparently an honest guy.
And most people are a little different after spending 3 years in prison. It changes you.
That will change a motherfucker.
Yes. But he's just like, look, I want to fuck you, but gee, baby, I can't fuck before a fight. Makes your legs weak. And I'm all legs.
He is all legs. He's 9 feet of legs. All right, guys. We're
back to the fighting.
There's no more plot to go over. We're going back to fights.
Demon, he toys with a guy because he's evil, kills the guy.
Perfect fight. In and out.
Street Fighter Sergio's back, fights a kickboxer. It's all right. But Sergio makes him tap with some kind of fucking leg lock, chokehold. I don't remember. Who cares?
All right.
But this is where it gets good.
This is where it should get good.
Yes, it doesn't get good.
Because this is one of our noted characters, Cliff, our black friend from earlier,
right,
against our hero, Alex. And Cliff told him right from the moment they met, don't think you're my friend. I'm going to beat your ass if we get in the ring together.
Right. But we're friends afterwards.
And they like tippy-tap each other. They even go full force. Oh.
Well, yeah, because I think Alex gets like a kick on Cliff, and he's like, oh, I hurt you. Oh. And then Cliff's like, motherfucker, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
So they go back and forth, but Cliff, he doesn't have the endurance that Alex has.
That was all it was. They let the match he let Cliff wear himself out, and so he actually lands a kick. Cliff lands a kick on Alex. Alex takes the brunt of it, and then Cliff passes out, and he catches him like he's going to kiss him, like that famous photo in Times Square of the sailor kissing the woman.
Uh-huh.
It was like that. But he catches him before he bashes his head on the cement. Saved him.
Right.
He could have got a concussion.
And then later on, they show Alex watching some fights. Cliff comes up, he's got a couple Red Bulls. He's like, bro, we're still friends.
You don't know the trouble I went through to find these Red Bulls. All they have are Bang in this country. But I found...
Wow. All they have is Quiznos and Bang. It's like Bizarro World. So now Kim is up, and she's going to fight Demon.
What the fuck is this booking? This is Tony Khan. This is Tony Khan booking.
And well, no, it wasn't, because Demon didn't sell. So actually, Demon did the right thing.
What? Yeah, that's a good point.
Because Kim's hitting him, and he's not even like reacting to any of it.
Oh, I lied. There is some blood. Kim gets color.
Little dribble. He punches her square in the face.
He does the big brother to little brother thing where he has got her by the neck and squarely punches her in the face, and she just gets one little dribble of blood.
Right.
I've seen motherfuckers do that in hockey, and like teeth are falling out and noses are one little dribble of blood.
Before the fight, Ray goes, "Don't get hit in the tits. Whatever you do, I like your tits." So she did. She took it to the face, and yes, you ruined the metaphor, because now is the perfect Times Square metaphor.
Oh, you're right.
Demon grabs her, throws her down in front of Ray,
right in front of Ray,
and just lays a smackdown on her lips.
Ray is always getting teased with in these Bloodsport movies,
yeah. And he kisses her, and then just drops her.
So Ray goes fucking mad. He jumps into the ring. And he's trying to get at Demon now, but I think Demon lands a fucking blow on him too.
I think he does.
Yeah, I think he nearly crushes
his skull. And then Kim comes too. She's like, he likes me. Like they finally cooled. She's like, he cares about me. He watched me get pummeled, but then he got in the ring afterwards.
He tried to get him.
And said, "Hold me back, bro. Hold me back."
All right, plot time, everybody. We had a couple fights. Got to go back to plot. My God, this is gonna be in and out, in and out. Just like a nice Vinny sandwich.
Long meets with Alex, and he's like, I guess Alex tells him the plan. He's like, look, I'm going to meet up with John tomorrow morning.
Yeah, again, they're working under the guise that everything is going well with this plan. $1 million, no big deal. We're going to meet here. We're going to have scones and herbal tea.
while that's going on, because they're like we said, the Kumite is out in the open. I think it's under the docks. It looks like they're just like a post.
It could be.
And they're on the water because all crazy shit happens on the water. All criminal shit. Ray notices it. Ray and Sergio are hanging out. They notice it. What the fuck, bro?
There was a cut. And why do I fucking remember? I actually remember this because I didn't put it in the notes. They're at the Kumite, and they're like, where the fuck is Alex? And Alex is trying to pull double duties because he needs to get back to the Kumite to win it, to revive the spirit. It's the morning. It's the morning. The biggest fights of the day are going to happen in the morning at the Kumite? Is that what you're fucking telling me?
Yeah.
This movie makes
That's
no
why they give you
fucking
bang to wake you up.
So the exchange is going down.
At the docks.
At the docks. Him and John, they're like, why did you do it? Why did you do it? And suddenly, like, all hell breaks loose. Like, Ray and Sergio show up. They're like, hey, what's going on here, bro? And then fucking...
Dolph freaks out.
Pulls out his 2 hand cannons.
Yeah.
Ling gets... or not Ling, but John gets thrown into the water.
Right.
And then Alex flips the table over, which completely absorbs the bullets.
Yes.
They can't go through this table.
Giant hand cannons. Weak bullets.
So, of course, Ray... I don't remember. Does Ray get to... what's his name? Dolph?
Yes, Ray... No, I think Alex takes Dolph.
Yeah, and Alex handles it himself.
Yeah.
So what was the point of Ray and Sergio being here?
Well, Sergio's there to get shot in the leg. That's all he's there for. And then, no. What happened? Yeah, no, you were right. I was wrong. Because Dolph gets the drop on Alex, and then Ray comes in and knocks Dolph out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sergio gets shot in the leg.
John attacks Alex with the sword.
Yeah, he climbs out of the water and pulls out the sword.
Cuts Alex across the hip. Alex magically healed because he never has that cut for the rest of the movie.
You're right. And of course, it's like he's got 2 more fights after this, and of course he's wearing just his pants. And yeah, he kind of like leaned to the side, but there was no wound there.
No.
Interesting.
So he takes John out. I don't know. I don't fucking care. He gets the sword back. He's like, hey, I got a Kumite to win now. So he hands it off to Janine. Back to the fights.
Yeah, she promises to get it over to John Wang. And no big deal.
This is the finals. This is for all the fucking months. But it's not. It's the semifinals. Because we get another fucking fight. Alex, he's magically healed. He's got a tough opponent. But thankfully, Cliff, with his masterful coaching, goes, Alex, attack his right side. Because Alex is getting his shit kicked out of him. And he simply says, you ever tried attacking the right side? And he's like, that sounds like an idea. And he attacks the right side, wins.
That's it.
Demon's challengers, he's fighting a Samoan, this big-ass Samoan dude.
Yeah, this guy looked for real. He was towering over Demon because Demon's kind of a smaller guy. But Demon, he's working those legs. He slowly wears them down.
Chopping them down.
Yep, just little inch by inch, chopping them down.
Now, let's cut to the chase. He puts him in a chokehold, snaps his neck.
Right.
Jean-Claude would have done this. This is the place where Sergio gets killed to inspire Alex to fucking win.
Yes.
No, just a random guy gets killed who we've never seen in any of... We've covered 12,000 fights on this show.
Yes.
The Samoan guy's not in one of them. But somehow he's in the semifinals.
No. Makes no sense, especially for the emotional roller coaster here. You don't use Kim at all. You don't use Ray at all. Like, there is no connection between anybody in this movie.
It's like they're saving him for another sequel. Like, who fucking cares?
Yeah, exactly. So we get the Bloodsport Classic where the judges turn their back on our big villain.
Right, they're disgusted. And we get the classic taunt, which means nothing because this Samoan guy means nothing to Alex. If it was Sergio, it would make sense. He goes, you, me, and soon just me.
All right. I'm inspired by that. I'm just, oh my God.
I'm terrified.
I'm so ready for this demon guy to lose. I'm so ready for this movie to be over. So here's our big fight, and before there's a little bit of plot before it because Janine's there.
Got the sword.
And Luang's there.
Yeah.
And then they reveal that Sun is there.
Yeah.
So Luang pulled some strings and got Sun pulled out of prison.
No, he's there to see his prized pupil finally win.
Yeah. But
I might add, because we need to add more to this episode, To pad it even more, throughout the movie, there's scenes where we cut back to the dojo from the beginning, where we get a little life lessons from Son.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point.
None of them are important. I just want to point that out. Much like this episode, none of it's important.
None of this is important. The only thing that's important is it's under 2 hours.
Yes.
It's going to be shorter than the Tippy Tap.
Yes. Yeah, probably will be.
Yeah, probably will be. That's
so
good.
the big fight, all the sword shit's taken care of. This is the big fight.
Yeah, Alex. After, he just doesn't have Cliff's wisdom anymore. He's not attacking the right side. He's landing blows constantly, but they're not doing anything to Demon. Demon's just going with it. And it's not looking good.
He kicks Demon. Demon catches the kick, gives him an elbow to his knee. He does a good job of selling it.
He does, yeah. I'll give him that.
Cliff just screams Lionheart for no reason, because he's the black guy in the audience, and the black guy has to scream Lionheart.
Right.
Son starts doing the little tap.
Yeah,
tap.
When he was in jail.
Yeah.
When he was doing the rhythm. Yeah, feel the rhythm,
And
feel
then
the
Alex
rhyme.
goes, wait a minute. I learned Iron Fist. How come I've never used this in the entire tournament?
I forgot about it, too. I didn't even think about it.
So he uses the Iron Fist and just beats Demon. There's nothing to say about this fight. He just Iron Fists him, takes him out. Demon is out. Cut back to now. We're going to bookend. In the bookend, we saw the first half of the book. This is the last half of the book. We're back in the dojo. And then he's like, and so that is how you win a Kumite. And then the little girl goes, but did he kiss her? And then we cut back to the Kumite. And then they see Alex kiss Janine.
Wow.
And then we cut to the credits.
Wow.
Yeah, this is what happens when we don't vet movies, guys. Sometimes we got to not trust our guts.
What the fuck was Bloodsport 2? Why did they... How did this... I know Fantastic Four got made, and I hear that was just, a train wreck. One of those Fantastic Four
Are you
movies.
saying because they wanted to keep the rights to Bloodsport, they had to make a movie called Bloodsport?
Maybe that's what
that
it
was the
was.
Fantastic Four thing.
Yeah, maybe
Roger
that's what
Corman.
happened here. Is they thought they had a better movie. And
This was definitely, yes, just a standard movie that they threw Bloodsport on. There's no way someone sat down and were like, I'm writing a sequel to Bloodsport, and this was the result.
Right. There couldn't have been. This is... And oh my God, everything about this movie.
I
is
guarantee
just so
you
fucked.
the original script was just a prison movie, and they just slapped Kumite on it.
Oh, okay. So it's probably all supposed to take place there, and instead they had to
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, let's get it out of here now and go over to."
Right, I bet the original was there was some kind of tournament the superintendent had in the prison. That was probably what the original
Which
one.
we would have been into.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. That's a more exclusive club than this fucking Kumite.
But
sponsored by
this
Quiznos.
movie fits in our. We got it's a terrible 2. We do terrible 2s.
Did we do a terrible 2 month?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And this was a terrible 2. Next week's not a terrible 2. Well, it probably is, but it has people I can guarantee you we're going to enjoy. 2 Golden Globe of Theater favorites are in this movie. We got Robert Zadar, who we haven't talked about in ages. I think Samurai Cop was the last time, and that was fucking over a year ago.
I have to imagine he popped up somewhere.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think we've been Zadarless for the most part on this show, which is a tragedy, which
Yeah.
we're rectifying next week. But not only that, I need some wings.
I need some wings.
hot wings.
Well, it's football day.
Wings Hauser, starring in Beastmaster 2.
Beastmaster.
Yeah, Mark Singer's in it too, but we're all about wings and Robert Zadar.
Yeah.
So we'll make it up to you guys next week with Beastmaster 2. See you then. It's really fucking cold here, so y'all need to keep it warm.
Did we actually screen this one?
No. But, come on, Wings Hauser's in it. How bad can it be? He'll at least be good.
Yeah.
I think I have seen it, but I don't remember.